biggest rebrands of 2025. Ready, set, go.
All right.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. We're doing it.
Let's rank them. Let's rate them. Let's rip into them. Let's praise them where praise is due. Let's start with perhaps the biggest of all, Mike. It's Amazon with a unprecedented rebrand. I mean, I think it's unprecedented in that I'm trying to struggle through seeing what they actually changed.
So yeah, they changed the color and they made the font slightly bigger and the arrow a little fatter, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm seeing?
Deeper yellow because their services and products are deeper probably than ever before.
I remember when this came out, there was some logic to it of these colors and emboldening the look helps it be more visible on trucks and on packages. So there's a little bit of logic behind it, which does make sense to me. And those are things that will be improved by this design, that it'll pop a little more, be a little bit more impactful, easier to see on physical things like trucks and packages and stuff.
So perhaps more of a superficial brand that moves the business forward than something that's deeply rooted to the foundations of the company.
No, I think this is very tactical. And to be honest, I kind of like it. Like if I'm just looking at it and it's just visual, just kind of visual appeal, I'm like, yeah, the arrow pops a little more. I like that orangey yellow better than the brighter yellow. I think it is a little bit easier to see, a little bit more impactful. So from a tactical level, thumbs up from me.
Yeah. And maybe they wanted to look a little different than Walmart, right? Who also did a massive visual rebrand in 2025
Yes.
I
actually, for very similar reasons from what I understood.
Exactly. I actually like Walmart's new logo better than the old one as well. I think it's cool that they went back to kind of the roots, like the old Walmart typeface there, which is very kind of like late 80s, early 90s. And then they just made everything a little bit thicker, the yellow a little bit darker / deeper. So is it a huge deal? No, but I think they did this again, Mike, for the tactical reasons of they're sending a lot of trucks out. They're shipping a lot of boxes.
Yep. And you can just see that there's probably a trend here with any brands that are physical in nature in terms of on a package, on a truck, on a sign. You have to think through the application of that logo in those situations at a different level than like a completely digital brand. And I'm sure at some level, like Amazon for a long time was very digitally focused with their branding. And these brands are having to kind of think, oh, wait, maybe we should actually look good in the real world too.
Yeah.
And so, emboldening those colors, darkening the dark colors, brightening and enhancing the light colors to really pop, making things a little bit larger, a little bit fatter. That's kind of how I describe it.
Yeah.
I think it's a smart move on the part of Walmart. And like you said, I'm in total agreement on this one. I love that font face. I think that's a really more iconic feel to it. I think this one is actually going to last them a while. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I like that. All right.
Okay,
next
Mike. Remax. Everybody's favorite real estate company that does stuff with real estate.
It's a big one. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't. This one's hard for me. Oh man, the more I look at it, the more I don't like it. Actually, I'm gonna go thumbs down.
Oh,
here's why. Not sure I love the original logo or the previous logo.
Yeah.
But here's some things I like about it. They owned that blue and red color. And I think there's something really impactful about that for Remax. When I think of Remax, I think of that red. And that's totally lost with the new logo, in my opinion. Now, maybe they can capture that back with how they use the red in their advertising and in their marketing materials. But the logo itself, I don't think really feels like it's ownable from a color standpoint anymore. I get why they did the balloon. I know that's kind of like their thing. It shows up in a lot of their ads. So I like the idea of trying to own that mark, but it's tiny.
It's tiny. Yeah.
Like it feels like an afterthought, and the gradient kind of feel to it is really weird. I'm like, why just make it flat. I don't know.
I like the balloon icon. I think it is very iconic, and I think it's unique to their brand. And the way they did it, it does, like, you look at it and you think, oh, it's a hot air balloon instead of some other thing. I think it could also double as like the map pin, you know, because they're all about real estate and finding your next house or whatever. I don't mind that. It is small. The E and the M gets me though. Like that to me, it just kind of it looks unfinished, and it's just kind of
weird.
It's weird. The top of the E needs to be also like angled for it to work, in my opinion. And I don't really get it.
I look at the typeface and I keep going, am I watching like a dystopian sci-fi movie?
Yeah.
Like Rebrands.
Yeah.
You know, like
exactly.
I'm not digging it. I don't think they needed to. They're trying to harken back to the Slash. I get it, but I don't think it's executed well. I don't think it's right.
Yeah. All right, Lazy Boy, Mike.
Ooh, yeah. I had totally forgotten this one happened this year, and I really like it.
Yeah.
It's very different. Like the transition from the old to the new one is like very, very different. I could argue, so devil's advocate here, I could argue that the old logo with that Z with the like kind of oval on it is probably a little bit more like you can capture the iconism of that a little bit better. I feel like there's a lot of scripty logos out there right now, so maybe Lazy Boy is a bit chasing a fad with the scripty font, but I like it. Like,
yeah.
And when you think like Lazy Boy lounging in one of their chairs, leaning back, comfortable, approachable. Yeah, that logo really screams that really well. And it's a major update. I think that older logo still has this like kind of 90s feel to it. Really spread out lettering, very fine lettering. Again, you're seeing like fatter, more accessible logos from a visual standpoint. I think we're seeing another trend here.
I do like that they brought the dashes back, because I know the brand, but it always looks like Lasboy when you see the old one, because there's just no dashes. Yeah. This one is a little bit. It brings those dashes
it's easier to
back.
Read.
Yeah. So,
I like it.
2 thumbs up. Eventbrite, Mike.
Ooh, Eventbrite. I really like this actually. The old logo to me was always very indistinct. Like, and the repetition of that slanted E always bothered me. It was like, oh, just do something interesting with something in this logo. And they did. That's what the new logo has. It has an actual mark, which is an interesting shape, very distinctive. I'm assuming it's the E. I'm not sure if it means anything else other than that. I'm a little confused on that part, but it just, man, to have a mark that you can start using separate from the name, and you'll see it if you go to their website or you go to some of their like advertising that they're using now. They're really leaning into that shape of that mark and reiterating it over and over in different ways that are really creative and interesting. So I'm giving this one 2 big thumbs up. I love it.
The E, the icon, it kind of reminds me of like waypoints on either a map or showing like where your journey has gone. And like, that's kind of the first thing I saw with it, of like, that's kind of cool. If that's what they intended to do with it, it's like it's not just about one destination, right? Eventbrite is all about like you've got all these different exciting things happening, and so you're kind of moving through that. So I agree. I think it's really cool. I do kind of like it's kind of a fusion with the word mark is kind of a fusion of like, it's got some of those serifs to it, but it's also just clean, easy to read.
Super easy. Again, bold, very bold, thick lines, tight letter spacing. I think we're starting to kind of see a trend here with a lot of these logos this year.
Yeah.
OpenAI.
OpenAI.
I hate that we even have to talk about this one, because I feel like, I mean, it is a rebrand. They got rid of the mark. They did change the font, kinda. I have mixed feelings about this. I never loved the old logo and mark, right? It wasn't very distinct to me. It didn't mean anything. It was just like, oh, somebody slapped that together in an afternoon and called it done.
Yeah.
But then I feel like the new logo is someone slapped it together in an afternoon and called it done. So I don't know that they improved, other than, okay, maybe it's a little bit more accessible because it's got those fatter, thicker lines. But they got rid of the mark, and I'm like, that you need a mark, guys. I don't know, and I'm very biased on this, but I think every brand should at least consider a mark, unless their name in and of itself is very visually distinctive, and theirs is not, in my opinion. I think it's actually complicated. It's too many things going on.
Yeah, this has got to be like one of the most boring logos you could ever make.
So
I mean,
boring.
It looks like you put Arial bold in a Word doc and took a screenshot and said, "Here it is."
This is probably what they did.
I mean, seriously. So I'm not really, like you said, Mike, I'd really like to see something interesting. Also, are they trying to look soulless? Like, because that's kind of what they're looking like to me. It's just like, this is the logo that would be acceptable to a robot, right?
Well, last time I checked, artificial intelligence is soulless. So
yes, maybe they're just leaning into that.
OpenAI, here is my final recommendation for you. Drop the AI. You don't need it. You have a great name in the word open.
Yeah.
And I think there's so many ways you could build on that concept of open, like open to ideas, open to new realms, open to creativity, whatever you want to do with it, like creation. And then AI is just a functional term. It just doesn't help you in any way. Just lean in, be open.
Yeah.
To my ideas.
That's free advice, OpenAI. You can take it or leave it. You don't even have to attribute us. But if you do rebrand to Open, we'll know where you got it. All right. U.S. Department of Energy, Mike. I think you've told me that this is one of your favorite U.S. government agencies, and I know you were thrilled to see this.
I pay a lot of attention to the U.S. Department of Energy. It really is one of my favorites, and there's really no reason for that other than, I like the name, energy. It's got a lot of energy to it.
Yeah,
so,
you love powering your electronics and all that stuff. So
no, we were researching for this video, and this popped up, and I was like, actually, this is a great rebrand. I really like this.
Shocking.
It's a little cheesy, it's a little silly, but I kind of expect that from a government agency. With a rebrand like this, but man, like I love the hidden lightning bolt. Like I'm just a sucker for that, like blank space, creating something shape or form out of that. So,
yeah, takes
well
you like
done
30 seconds to see it too. You see the colors right away.
Yep.
And then 10-15 seconds later you're like, oh, there's a lightning bolt there. Oh, that's cool. And the colors are cool too. I'm sure there's some reasoning behind maybe like water, sun, green,
sustainable
grass,
something or other.
But it's cool. And dare I say, Mike, it has energy to it. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Amazing. Oh boy, here we go. So the quickest rebrand of all time. We are showing, this is the same as all the other ones. The old logo's on the left, the new logo's on the right. What do you think of Cracker Barrel's new logo, Mike?
In 48 hours, they got this done. It's amazing. I'm really proud of them. I applaud their just work ethic.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I applaud them for listening to their customers and saying, oops, we made a mistake.
We got it wrong.
So if you showed the real version of this, it would have the old Cracker Barrel logo, the old one, the new one that got rejected, and then back to the old one. When you look at it in that process, Man, what a miserable nightmare of a project.
What a mess. What a mess.
What a mess. What a total mess. So
Okay.
we already had a whole video on that.
Yeah.
So we don't need to go further, but man, what a mess.
Jaguar.
Oh, we did a video on this one too. How do I even start? So from a pure logo standpoint, I'm bummed to see the actual Jaguar go away.
Yeah.
Like, could you improve it? Could you make it more iconic? Maybe. I think that you could have played with that. The font face, their old font face, I do agree is it's a little dated. It's a little, a little unapproachable. But this new look is just, what is this?
Yeah.
And it has no connection to the past at all, because I know that was the point. I feel like they were like, we're going to jettison everything that we were and become something totally new. And that's what we talked about in the video of how hard that is. And I don't know that they executed it well. And I think this logo is a case in point of that. Like, man, if you saw that logo from a distance, would you know that it's Jaguar?
It looks like a shampoo company or like a high fashion brand or something.
Yeah. I mean, you see that old logo on a car from like a mile away and you know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah. Well, how about this one, Mike?
All right.
Maybe a little bit more obscure, but a big accounting firm rebrand in 2025.
Probably the biggest rebrand in the accounting world in 2025. I mean, Eide Bailly is nothing to sneeze at. They're a big firm. I'd say on one level, great that they updated. They needed to change. That old logo clearly is just, there's a lot of challenges with it. Readability, it's dated style. Why is there 3 arrows? Is it the fast forward button? Like, what's going on here? So the new logo, I like it to a degree, and I like that it's simple. I like the, just bold shapes. The lettering, I really do like the lettering. The eyes with the little slant, you're missing the dots in the eyes. Man, that really captures me. I think that's interesting. The double circle, like Venn diagram thing. This is where I'm getting a little hung up. It's simple, which I love, right? I love simple logos. I love simple icons and logo marks like that. It's almost too simple. I get, like, I understand they're thinking of like this idea of partnership. So them overlapping with their client. I get that. I'm like, man, how many other Venn diagram logos are there already out there? Like, is there anything they could have done to make that a little bit more distinctive as theirs? I believe there probably could be. So there's other issues I have, like, is it the moon eclipsing a sun? Like, there's other visual motifs that those overlapping circles can bring to mind. And this is not represented in the logo, but if you go to their website, you go to some of their marketing and even their announcement video about this rebrand, they try to tell the story of the overlapping logos. So they're trying to give it some meaning, but it's not carried through in everything they're doing. I think there's a ton of opportunity. If they're going to lean in, they're going to own this logo. They need to use it everywhere. They need to have that Venn diagram logo mark just amplified. So what Eventbrite did with their logo and their usage of their logo in their marketing, I would say, Eide Bailly, that's where you guys need to go. Make this mark mean something everywhere, and it needs to be on everything, and use it creatively, right? Like, don't just like slap the logo in the corner. That's not what I mean. But like, use that Venn diagram, those 2 circles in an interesting way in everything you do.
I think there's a lot that we can unpack from this, Mike. I think we should do a full video just unpacking the Eide Bailly rebrand.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.